Kia ora class. Today we're talking about popular view as an influence on people's participation. Our learning intention for today we're examining the societal influence of popular view and describing the implications of this influence for ourselves and for other people as well. Now, what is popular view? So popular view can kind of be considered synonymous, that means the same thing, as popular opinion. And the definition I have below is for popular opinion. So popular opinion, popular view, is a belief or sentiment shared by most people. The voice of the people, so to say. And that is from thefreedictionary.com. Essentially, popular view is the most common feeling or opinion about something. The most common response you would get if you asked everyone what their opinion on something was. So popular view determines what we perceive to be really hot, trending, popular, unpopular, acceptable or unacceptable right now in any form of physical activity. Okay, so it is just the most popular response, the most common feelings about what's acceptable, or the most common feelings about what is unpopular right now. Some popular views do change over time. You look at things like Pokemon Go, which was a real trend in last year. Now it's basically dead, okay? And that was basically, before Pokemon Go, the popular opinion was that no one really knew about it. When it was hot, everyone knew about it. Everyone, or the most common opinion was that it's something you should be playing. And now it's kind of back to the most common opinion being it's kind of a niche thing. Probably most people don't play it anymore. However, there are other popular views which take a lot longer to change. For example, masculinity in rugby. Basically, for as long as we've ever known, rugby has been seen as a very masculine sport, a very masculine pursuit. And only recently has that started to budge even a little bit. It's still got a long way to go, but it's just started to move a little bit. And popular view and media often have a really, really strong interrelationship. One often affects the other, and the other one affects it back. They kind of play off each other in terms of the messages that they send. Why does popular view affect self and others? Society has popular views and perceptions about all aspects of participation. Specifically, who should participate in activities, how people should look when they participate, how they should go about participating, and what it means to be a participant in that activity. So there will be a really common view, the most popular response to any of those questions about a particular activity. Society will have a popular view on the answers to those questions. Because it is the popular view, that is that most people have that opinion, generally society expects to see themselves and others fitting that mold, fitting that common perception. It can be really, really hard to question that perception if basically everyone else believes it, or basically everyone else feels that way. And it can also be equally hard to go against those perceptions. If the perception, the popular view is one thing, and you want to do the opposite, it can be really, really hard to get that going, get that off the ground, because so many people believe the opposite. The popular view about these aspects of physical activity will influence our thoughts and feelings about participation, which will in turn affect what our actual participation looks like, the actual participation levels that we can show. So I've got some examples here, and our first one is going to be golf attire. So I'm going to ask you, what should you wear when playing golf? I want you to have a really strong mental image in your head of a golfer, someone ready to play golf, ready to participate in golf. What do they look like? I want to show you some images now. I'm going to see how many of those images match up with your opinion. And we should be able to see if your opinion matches that of the popular view, if I've been able to predict it based on the popular view. So, does your golf player wear a cap? Okay, extra points if you thought of a really popular golf brand, Puma, Nike, Fairway, any of those brands, and you can see that on their cap. That's popular view. Are they wearing a polo shirt? Not often would you see many golfers wearing something else. The general opinion amongst society is that if you're playing golf, you wear a polo. I imagine they're probably in some nice golf pants, nice dress pants, not usually what you'd see someone participating in physical activity in, But for golf, that is the popular view. And I assume you will always picture a golfer wearing a golf glove. Again, that is the popular view of what it means to be a golfer, what it means to be prepared to play golf. Another example, dance and body shape. What sort of physique do dancers have? Again, come up with a mental image for yourself. What sort of physique does a dancer have? Are they quite slender? Very, very slender. Not a lot on their frame. Do they have quite strong looking legs? Their legs are doing so much work that they're quite strong looking. And do they have a really, really flexible sort of physique? They can move around and they can do things that other non-dancers can't. My last example here is CrossFit. And I want you to ask you, what do you think are society's popular views around CrossFit? What do you think are the most common perceptions of people around CrossFit? I have a short video for you, and I'd like you to watch it and see what sort of views maybe you've heard of before that you think are part of the popular view, that you think most people generally believe about CrossFit. Have a watch.
I'm working up my biceps all day long week. Some of you may have heard of this fitness trend called CrossFit. I don't believe in anything that doesn't involve bench press, but a quick Google search gave me all the information I need to know. So before one of the members of the Manson family can talk your ear off about joining the rebellion, let me save you some time and metaphorically punch him in the face with science. Bro science! Bang, bang, bang. I'm using this thing right. First off, CrossFit is a class. I should just stop there. It's like riding the bus. No matter where you want to go, everyone's going to the same place, and you're not the one driving. CrossFit is designed around the ultimate in lightweight Olympic lifts to infinity. How's that for feeling the burn? Ooh, ooh, kill him. Ooh, kill him. 35. There are a handful of CrossFit dudes and chicks that are ripped up. But they're on ESPN and shit. They're the 1%. That's like joining a church in a mural basketball league and thinking you're gonna get drafted to the NBA. It's not gonna happen. Trust me, I've tried. Set number 2. CrossFit is great because you don't have to worry about exercising for a goal, because exercising is the goal. If you're looking to build a physique of what success tastes like, then CrossFit is not for you. If you're looking to get really good at moving fast for an hour, then CrossFit's more your thing. It's the difference between building a house and being really good at putting nails in a board. Dual wielding. Sick. CrossFit is ideal for building cardiovascular endurance. Or as I like to call it, the ability to lose gains. It's intense athletic training for the professional non-athlete. This is good for sports like desk jockeying, running your mouth about how awesome CrossFit is, water cooler polo. CrossFit is a lifestyle. It starts in the gym and it ends on your Facebook. CrossFit is super humble. No one would even know you're in shape until you post about your workout. Me, I post one picture with my shirt off and my pubes hanging out, and everybody thinks I'm an asshole. Okay, 2 pictures a day. You're welcome. With CrossFit, now everybody can be elite. I know a few others that share this philosophy. CrossFit places a huge emphasis on form and not needing it. CrossFit takes complicated movements and gets rid of all the useless shit, like effectiveness and safety, and replaces it with cool shit, like violence and danger. Case in point, the kipping pull-up. CrossFit has revolutionized fitness by teaching the correct way to do an incorrect pull-up. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, these are good. 4, 5. Yeah, there's 100 of them. Groundbreaking stuff. In CrossFit, it's not about how much you're lifting, it's about how much you look like you're lifting. 45 pounds even weighs less in CrossFit. Everything looks like a 45-pound plate. But don't be fooled by these fitness gypsies. That plate could be anything, even a 10. CrossFit weight is the Spanx of weight. Ooh, kill him! Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, videos up. And if you happen to be a CrossFit person and I offended you, feel free to leave your need for validation below.
Alright, so that video is obviously pretty light-hearted, like a lot of my videos. It's a bit of a sort of joke, a comedy video, but it's interesting that a lot of the things that that person's talking about are part of the popular view. That's generally how a lot of people feel about CrossFit. There's a lot of stereotypes and a lot of feelings and perceptions that a lot of people have about CrossFit, and that's what makes up the popular view. So how does popular view affect self and others? Popular view might mean that we try something new, might cause us to try something new, might influence us to try something again. It might make us feel pressure to participate or to not participate, to sit out. It might mean that we can't choose who we participate with. And it might mean that we have to participate in a very specific or prescribed way. It sort of determines how we can participate. It might also make us feel differently about our participation. And remember that these effects could be positive or negative. They could influence us positively or negatively. All right, we're going to talk about some themes now really briefly. Youth culture. Okay, culture is essentially a shared understanding and values across a whole group of people, not just the majority. So what are the popular views and values amongst youth that are so ingrained that they have become part of culture? So for something to become culture, it kind of first needs to be the popular view, and when everyone starts accepting the popular view, then it could be said to be part of the culture. So what things have become part of youth culture that were once the popular view? Sexism, another good one you could talk about, comparing and contrasting the different messages about men and women, or the messages directed to men and women. And again, you could talk about other themes, the body commodification, healthism, or globalization. All right, final slide, some critical thinking about popular view. Popular view is the general opinion held by the majority of people. However, just because a lot of people think or believe it doesn't mean it's true. People can often be wrong, and a lot of people following each other can equally be as wrong. Also, you might be in the minority group in terms of popular view. You might not be part of that group that shares that majority view. And you might have different thoughts and different feelings and different values to that popular view, to that majority of people. But does that mean that your view is worth less just because there are less people who share that view? And how hard is it going to be to express your views if they're different from the popular view? I imagine it must be quite hard to get your messages across if the majority of people are saying something different. Cool. So that brings us to the end of today's presentation. That was our discussion of popular view as an influence on people's participation.